How expensive is Amulet? $32. Yeah. This combo will set you back $50. Hello, and welcome to the Edging in the Eternities pre-release. Or no, shit. Welcome to the Edging in the Eternities Commander tier list. Let's go! Getting into tiers here. We have Peak Design in the center. A commander here is a peak design. It's not too broken, not too weak, while also being a fun, new, and interesting design. It's peak. A commander in this tier could not really have any changes to it that wouldn't potentially make it a worse overall design. Next up, we have Mom, Come Pick Me Up tier. A commander in this tier is a little pushed. It's a little scary. You look at it, you're like, whoa, hey, there might be a kill on sight thing. But overall, it's still a pretty fun design, right? Maybe just one stat or ability bad's overtuned. It makes you want to call your mom and say, yo, come pick me up. I'm scared. Next up, we have Richard Garfield. Please save me. Broken. Next up, we have E for effort. It's a little weak. It's a little weak. They could have bumped up a thing about it and it probably would have been fine. Maybe its stats are weak. Maybe it's overcosted. Maybe it just doesn't do a whole lot for you. Could be a little stronger to make it a little more playable, but overall, could still find a home in some decks. E for effort. And finally, we have Get Out here. Get out! Get out! Failure. If you're here, you are just a complete waste of a card slot in the set. Not fun design. Does nothing interesting. Not powerful enough to even be considered at the pod. It's garbage. With the tiers out of the way, let's get into this, chat. We have Hearth, the Worldseed. Our first legendary artifact spacecraft that is a commander now because the new rules change. 1 black, red, green, 4 mana for a spacecraft. Add 2+ charge counters. Pay 1, tap, sack a land, draw 2 cards. You may play an extra land this turn. At 8+ charge counters, it is a flying vigilance haste creature that has a 6/7 and also has, whenever you sack a land, each opponent loses 2 life. That's pretty good. At only 2 charge counters, meaning you tap down like your Lanimore elves twice, or just like any like generic utility creature, you get a super Explorer. You draw 2 cards, not 1, but you do gotta sack a land to do that. But you're in a Jund land deck. Second land's probably actually a upside if you rather a downside. I think it's fine. Like, it's 4 mana, which is honestly a pretty typical mana value nowadays for commanders. The 2 ability, honestly, I don't think is that strong. Like, you're sacking lands to play extra lands. Okay, so let's say I play land for turn, right? I tap this to sack the land I play immediately, but then I can play an extra land. So this card actually doesn't even ramp you. So it's just card draw, which granted, a one mana divination every turn. Actually, it's probably 0 mana because you can just sack the land you tap to activate this. It's really good. At 8 charge counters, it becomes a finisher because you could just cast Zuran Orb, sack your lands, and dome all your opponents for 20, 30, 40. Is it Mom, Come Pick Me Up tier? Maybe. It does have some inability to command zone. Like, the 8+ charge counters is pretty scary. I agree with that. 8 charge counters gets those Jeskai keywords. What? Flying Vigilance Haste? That actually is a Jeskai keyword combo. Inspirit. Flagship Vessel. Blue, red, white. 3 mana. Not 4 mana. Thank you. For a station spacecraft. At a single charge counter. 1. Mem Knight can crew this thing. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put your choice of a +1/+1 counter or 2 charge counters on up to 1 other target artifact. Hey, you know what? Charge counters as a medium, or a strategy rather, have not had a home for ever, really. So, actually giving charge counter support is actually pretty good. At station 8+, it becomes a 5/5 flying creature with other artifacts you control have hexproof, and indestructible. I think this one's kind of hard to judge, honestly. Dude, that other hurts. That other hurts a lot. Like, it's almost like a Darksteel Forge in the command zone. But Darksteel Forge gives all artifacts, including itself, indestructible. Granted, Inspirit also gives hexproof to your other artifacts. So, once you get this thing up to 8+ charge counters, your entire board basically becomes just uninteractable, which is really good. But it becomes a creature then, with no protection, because it says other, which I would think just makes this line of text not that good. Like, every deck kind of would look the same. I saw someone say in chat that every deck kind of would look the same, because if you are going to build Inspirit with charge counters, there's not a lot of cards that even reference charge counters in general. Like the pre-con that they made for this thing kind of already has every charge counter card you want, minus like 3. At that point, if you want to branch out from that, you're playing a single +1/+1 counter engine every turn. So then you're in like artifacts +1/+1 counters, at which point just play the other commander from the pre-con. But 99% of the time, Inspirit's gonna be here as a charge counter engine, which charge counter decks have not really had a commander before ever. So for that reason, even though chat is saying it's mom cupping me up tier, I'm actually gonna say it's peak design. Absolute illusion of choice. The Serimera, 1 white, 3 mana for a spacecraft. When the Serimera enters, search your library for a legendary creature card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. 3 mana tutor for any legendary creature. That's really good. At 7+ charge counters, is a 5/5 flying creature with other tapped legendary creatures to control have indestructible. That tapped is holding it down a lot, man. The tutor is nice. The tutor is really good. This is really good, especially with like planar portal. Not planar portal. What is it called? Teleportation circle. Teleportation circle, you can blink the Serimera every turn and go and grab a legendary every turn. That's cool. The tapped protection on your legendary creatures is not that great. Essentially, the Serimera essentially turns into a Dolmen Gate. It's just a safety valve for combat. So you can swing and not worry about losing creatures, which is good. And the Serimera just lets you go and grab your best creature for any scenario once you cast it. At 3 mana too. It's better in the 99 of another legend deck. Is it though? Is it? What other commander lets you tutor for legends? I guess there's Sisay. There's a 5-color Sisay, right? She's 5 mana and Wooburg, and you have to have a board state to even be able to tutor for her, or for your stuff rather. Then again, it does put the card onto the battlefield directly, and it's any permanent, not just creatures. Chat is mostly leaning in on peak. I think I agree, actually. The protection is nice as well, but honestly, I don't think it's that good. It's essentially a Dolmen Gate in the command zone, which honestly is really good on its own. Like, Dolmen Gate is a deceptively powerful card. Do I need a poll for this one, dude? Do I even need to make a poll for this one? This thing has to beat Kozilek as a commander. It's not doing that. It literally is just a Stuffy Doll deck. When this creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to chosen player. Pretty sure Dawnsire is gonna be in Get Out tier. Of course, half my chat thinks they're hilarious by saying Garfield tier. This is not Garfield tier. How on earth are you getting us to 10 charge counters in your Carless deck? How? Also, by the way, it's a 2020. So you're a 1 power short of one-shotting someone. You could perhaps say you're edging them. You could perhaps say you're edging them. Bro, 100 damage though? Bro, just make it say destroy a creature. The 100 damage doesn't matter. Like, okay, yes, spite effects. Those are good. It's only Stuffy Doll, bro. One trick pony commander. Nah. Trash. Infinite Guideline Station. White, blue, black, red, green. 5 mana. When Infinite Guideline Station enters, create a tapped 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token for each multicolored permanent you control. At 12 plus charge counters, Absolute Coslic is a 7/15 flying creatures. It is a 7/15 flying creature with, whenever infinite Guideline station attacks, draw a card for each multicolored permanent you control. So chat, are you playing this thing, or are you playing Ramos? Because Ramos is the other multicolor matters commander. You just play a bunch of like charms and like 3-color, 4-color, 5-color spells just to get the Progenitus ritual. Guideline Station gets you an army of 2/2s, which are artifact creatures, which is like, but the card draw is nuts. The card draw is very good. 4 or 5 cards every time. Yeah, it's really good. 12 charge counters is a lot. But, I mean, you're in 5-color. I feel like it's very easy to just run, like, Fusion Elemental and Friends. Charge this with, like, 2 creatures. Ramos encourages you to have, like, 3, 4, 5-color stuff. Guideline Station, you don't really have any reason to be playing stuff that's colored beyond 2 colors. Like, you don't get extra benefit for having 3, 4, 5-color stuff. It's just, if it is multicolored, get the value. It's a very strange design. Phyrexian 12/12 guy. Oh, the Dreadnought. When it enters, Sakazu, yeah, okay, so you can just play Dreadnought. One small problem, Dreadnought is nearing $200. The top end is totally there. But, like, it's so much effort, dude. It's so much effort to get there. Let's imagine that it's just this. Let's imagine you never actually ever get to achieve this effect right here, right? Is this by itself good, or is this, like, E for effort tier? I mean, if you want to run a bunch of, like, 2-mana cheap multicolored stuff, you gotta play 4 cards to get 4 tap 2/2 colorless robots? Is that good? I'm gonna say E for effort, chat, I think. No, E for edging? Oh shit, you're so right. You're so right, actually. Wait. I'm stupid. Thank you, chatter. Kilo Apogee Mind. Blue, red, white. 3 mana. For a 3/3 legendary artifact robot artificer creature with haste. Whenever Kilo becomes tapped, proliferate. It's just smaller Atraxa with red too, which is valid. You get red and not green. Green, black. So my fear, chat, is that there's like not enough good ways to tap her down. Like, okay, yes, obviously there is the Paradise Mantle. You know, give ability to tap mana, and there's Springleaf Drum. That, you know, the Rograk special. There is, of course, all those cards. Tap it. Free from the. Oh shit. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. Oh. There's also, I think, like, Aura of Dominion, which is, like, a different version. Pay 1, tap an untapped creature to untap enchanted creature. Okay, that's actually not as anywhere near as good. Okay, so, chat, what's a payoff, right? Are we thinking Planeswalkers? Are we thinking Kilo is, like, Jeskai Planeswalkers? Because you already have Commodore Guff for that. The payoff is red? That's a really bad payoff. That's a really bad payoff, like, actually. Red is, like, mid in Chimera nowadays. That's the thing everyone says. I guess you do poison, but, I mean, like, I don't think Jeskai poison's that good either. Oh, wait! This is actually better than Free from the Real. Free from the Real is pay blue to tap and untap. Aura is you pay a blue to tap it and untap it at the same time. Also, this is $8, apparently. What the hell? Yo. This thing is about to spike so hard. This is the best card in the Kilo deck, bro. 100%. It's literally better than Free from the Real, because it's 1 less mana to cast and 1 less to tap and untap. Guys, we did it. We broke the ability to untap something. Okay, yeah, I agree. Yep. Richard Garfield, please save me. It's a shame her precon for her is actually like, really bad. Like, she does nothing for the precon she's in. Inspirit's way better, but the card itself is very strong. Zarell, chat. Oh, I sure do love John Landramp. Zarell. 2 black, red, green. 5 mana for a flying insect druid creature legendary. You may play lands in your graveyard. Okay. Great. Land players did not need this in the command zone. Whenever you sacrifice another non-token permanent during your turn, fetch lands. Put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to Zarell's power on up to one other target creature. And by the way, how many cards do you think say you may play land cards from your graveyard, chat? Green Warden's 1, Conduit's 2, Crucible's 3, Glacierwood Siege 4, the Hazazon is 4.5-ish. Iceflow Explorer, ban this thing. It's 5. Muldrotha is 6, kind of. Perennial is 7. Excavator is 8. Zarell's 9. Sarah Paragon is 10. Walk-in Closet, 11. Zask is 12. 12 cards. 12 cards that let you play lands from your graveyard. And people actually look at me and think I'm nuts for saying we need green land exile. Chat saying, Mom, come pick me up. I think I agree. Honestly, I think Zarell is stupid because, like... So, chat, would you believe me if I said that the best color for land destruction is actually mono green? Like, literally all it takes is anything that says you may play extra lands on your turn. One of several cards that say you may play lands to your graveyard, and a strip mine and or wasteland. Tap, sack, blow up a land. Strip mine combined with a crucible, combined with extra land drops, means you can, for 0 mana, stone rain people multiple times. And oh, by the way, you're also farming landfall triggers because you're sacking a land and then replaying said same land over and over again. Anything you want to do, there's a good chance green does it better than whatever colors you're playing. Green does it all. Why even play any other color? Well, you see, you play blue because blue gets counter spells. And then you're in green, so you can actually afford to pass holding up mana at no like tempo loss. So what you do is you play Simic. And because Simic is OP, everyone thinks that blue is OP, which is wrong. That's not how that works. No. The G in MTG stands for green. Magic the greenering. We have Alpharael, Dreaming Acolyte. 1 blue-black for a legendary human cleric creature. When Alpharael enters, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards, unless you discard an artifact card. During your turn, Alpharael is Death Touch. Moving on. We have Alpharael 2! He got stronger, chat. Absolute Deltarune. Also, he lost a color. He lost a color to Ascend. Interesting. Almost like blue is bad right now. Anyways. 3 black for a 3/3 human cleric creature. Ward. Discard a card at random. Whenever Alpharael attacks, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or a spell was warped this turn, the defending player loses half their life rounded up. One small problem, you're a 3/3. Okay, look. The Void is very strong. Obviously. I dome you for half your life. It's very good. He's a 3/3. Mono black Voltron control? Bloodletter? What is Bloodletter? Oh, this guy. Yeah, I'll do it. If I want to play mono black control, I'd play Turgid and lose because there's no way anyone lets you resolve Turgid. Yeah. He's weaker than Turgid, but there might be an upside because he doesn't get instantly killed. Or maybe he does because people don't want to get done for half their life total. I don't know, chat. Chat is so split on this one. We don't know. The ward is, like, meaningless. It's discard 1 card, which is way worse than pay 1 mana. Like, I will happily discard a card at random to not lose 20 life. I'm fine with that. E for effort tier. I think I agree, actually. Dyadrine, Synthesis Amalgam, X green white. So, minimum 2 mana for a legendary artifact construct creature, 0/1 with trample. The Dyadrine enters with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to that mana spent to cast it. Whenever you attack, you may remove a +1/+1 counter from each of 2 creatures you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. It's green, white, +1/+1 counters. Chat saying pig. You're wrong. More robot support. I don't really think you can say robot support as if, like, robot has any sort of identity at all. My boy Mendicant Core. Okay, yeah, he's cool, but Mendicant doesn't give robots, like, a really good ability Oh my god, Medicat's an OP anthem for robot decks. Like, that's not a thing. It's a cool card. But you said it's more robot support, or someone did. And I was like, what? That's not a thing. Mom tier, the commander attacks counts. True. I'll say peak. I'll concede. Or maybe E for effort. Is it E for effort then, chat? It does scale with commander attacks. That alone is very cool. You don't really see that often. Not a lot of cards actually do scale with commander attacks. I'll say peak. Actually, no. Top of edging, if it lets me. Top of edging. We have Halia, Ascendant Cadet. 2 green, white, 5 mana for a human soldier creature, legendary. 3/3. Whenever Halia enters or attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever one or more creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Okay, absolute draw engine. Okay, so this is Dyadrine, but card advantage and even more boring. I agree, actually. Dyadrine at least scales with my commander attacks. Halia doesn't even do that. She's just like +1/+1 counter card draw slop. Well, no, it's a strong. It's a strong effect. Bottom of edging. I'll say bottom of edging. Next up, Halia 2. Guided by Light. 2 and a white. Lost green this time. 3 mana for a legendary human soldier creature. Whenever Halia or another creature or artifact you control enters, you gain 1 life. Begin your end step, draw a card if you've gained 3 or more life this turn. Warp for a single white. You may cast this card from your hand from its warp cost. You cannot warp from a command zone. I'm not sure it matters, because there's no way in hell I'd warp this even if I could. Chat is overwhelmingly saying E for edging. So for white life gain card draw, we have the Gaffer. Beginning of each end step, 3 mana, same mana cost. If you gain 3 more life this turn, draw a card. Wow, is she actually get out tier, chat? Like I thought she was cool because she's like a half a Soul Warden in the command zone. Yeah, okay. Rip. Manon, Uthros Exile, 1 blue red, 3 mana for a 1/3 flying jellyfish advisor creature. Whenever an artifact control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So you're playing like artifact token flood to, I guess, boost up Manon, or maybe another value creature that does stuff when it deals damage or something. Because I mean, Manon has flying. You can just play like treasures, stoppers, and servos and whatnot, and just make Manon a 10/3 whatever, and just start doming people. Alright, chat, is Manon in a get out or edging? Walking Ballista, true. I'd say E, honestly. They're not get out tier, I don't think. Like, there is some cool stuff you can do there, I'd say. I'll put him above Halia. The other Manon lost the color once again. The right hand needs to be an edging. Okay, dude. Yeah. Manon, the right hand. 3 blue, 5 mana, not 3 this time, for a jellyfish advisor creature. 3/4 flying. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. Absolute future sight. You may cast artifact spells from the top of your library. Artifacts you control have tap, add blue. Uh-oh. Oh no. Spend this mana only to cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand. So we have Galazeth, chat. Enters, make a treasure, artifacts control of tap, add 1 mana a color, spend this mana only to cast instants or sorcery spells. Manon says you can only spend the mana to cast spells from anywhere other than your hand, which in mono blue likely means from the top of your deck. So your artifacts produce mana and let you cast spells and get value until you hit a land off the top of your deck. What if Urza was an oppressive card? Yeah. Like, they're literally just a more fair Urza, and that's it. So by that logic, aren't they peak? Because they're Urza, but not like stupidly broken. I feel like that alone makes them peak. Ragost, the very first lobster, actually, chat. Ragost, Deft Gastronaut, red and white, 2 mana for a 2/2 lobster citizen creature, legendary. Artifacts you control are foods, in addition to types, and have 2 tap, sack, gain 3 life, of course. Pay 1 tap, sack of food. Ragost deals 3 damage to each opponent. Absolute food fight. At the beginning of each end step, if you gained life this turn, untap Ragost. Goes infinite with Amulet of Vigor on Nuka-Cola. Huh? Pay 1, tap make a food token. When you sack a food, create a tapped treasure token. Oh. So, when you sack a food, make a tapped treasure. Ragost makes all artifacts food. And the amulet makes a tapped treasure become untapped. Which means the treasure is food. If I sack a treasure for mana, I also sack the food, meaning I make another food token off the vending machine. So that's infinite mana, but you don't need Ragost for that. No, you do need Ragost for that, because Ragost makes a treasure a food token. It is not infinite damage, chat, because you have to tap Ragost to deal damage. So it's not infinite damage, but it is infinite mana. You can also just sack the foods for their ability to gain life as well. So it's infinite mana and infinite life. How expensive is Amulet? Oh, good fucking question, bro. $32. Yeah. Vending machine is $15. Ragost, $2. This combo will set you back $50. Awesome. Even if you don't run that combo, so if you give Ragost lifelink through any way possible, Ragost can start dealing 3 damage to each opponent and therefore gaining you 9 life, which is very good. If you give Ragost lifelink, you can bolt wave. You can bolt wave every turn, assuming you have artifacts to sack. I'm gonna say peak, I think, right? Like, by himself, he's not that strong, I don't think. Like, you really gotta draw pieces to make him good. It's the very first lobster. He's 2 mana. I do love my cheap commanders. A lobster fried this rice. Sami, 2 white for a 2/4 human artificer creature. Beginning your end step, if you control 2 or more tapped creatures, make a tap 2/2 robot artifact token. Do we care? The cat is cute. I do like cats. It's not that bad. My 4-mana commander that I have to jump through hoops for to get a single 2/2. It's that bad, bro. I promise you it is. Other Sami, actually didn't lose a color this time. Sami, Wildcat Captain, 4 red and white, 6 mana for a human artificer rogue creature, 4/4, double strike vigilance. Spells you cast have affinity for artifacts. 6 mana in my Boros deck. Sami is kill on sight. They have to get killed immediately. Like, they will not survive. So I really hope you have Tibal's Trickery, Reprieve, all your boots, your J's, all the protection, because there is no way in hell you cast this and Sami does not have 17 million kill spells targeted at their face. There's no way. If they do stick, they are very strong. You play stacks and general artifact stuff, and then you play Eldrazi. Oh, I see. Chat is leaning towards Mom or Garfield. If Sami was 4 mana, I'd put them in Garfield tier. But at 6 mana, you don't have insane protection. Like, white has okay protection spells. Just hope to God you get some boosts beforehand. We have Seer Vondam, Sunstar Exemplar, Bars, white and a black, 2 mana for a 2/2 human knight creature with vigilance and menace. Whenever another creature control dies or is put into exile, put a +1/+1 counter on Seer Vondam and you gain 1 life. When Seer Vondam dies or is put into exile while its power is 4 or greater, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Yo! Also, May Vow 2 or less, meaning you can play Lurrus as your companion with Seer Vondam in command zone. You're in Orzhov Blink, which is very typical for white-black. White-black tends to... Or actually, no. We've had Esper Blink, but I don't think we've had Orzhov Blink. Orzhov has good Blink targets, like Ashen Rider, enters exile permanent, a land, and when you blink Seer Vondam while their power is 4 or greater, you can vindicate things. Not vindicate, Maelstrom Pulse. They're cheap. You can do Lurrus companion stuff. They gain you life. They get big too. They blow up things. Peak? That is peak design. It goes in every Esper blank deck, right? I would think so, yeah. Seer Vondam the Lucent, 2 white, black, black. 5 mana for a 4/4 human knight creature with Death Touch and Lifelink. Whenever Seer Vondam enters or attacks, other creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain Death Touch until end of turn. They are a knight, so the good in knight decks in the 99, because that's not really a good commander. Yeah. Tenuk, Memorial Ensign, 1 red-green, 3 mana for a Kavu pilot creature, 2/4. Landfall. Whenever a landing control enters, Tenuk deals 1 damage to each opponent. If this is the second time this ability resolves its turn, draw a card. So I think Tenuk's actually really dumb. Bro, you don't even need to play threats anymore. You can kill your opponents by just ramping now. Ah, yes. I will Zurin Orb, second my 15 lands, and cast a splendid Reclamation, returning them all to play, doming you over 15. Like, yeah, the card draw is good, but, like, your land ramp now deals damage. You could play a deck of, like, 60 lands, 39 ramp spells, and or cards that just get lands back from the yard, or otherwise just are support for your lands, and then just run Tenuk. What the hell are your opponents gonna do, bro? What are they gonna do? Kill Tenuk? Your entire deck is ramp, just cast him again. And by the way, your land ramp also draws you cards. Is Oops All Land Ramp Tenuk a meme deck? Probably. But, I mean, it's still, like, not good that you can just do that. Mom, come pick me up tier. Tenuk, Steadfast, second, 2 red for a Kavu pilot creature, 3/5. Other creatures you control have haste. Artifact cards and red creature cards in your hand have warp 2 and a red. You may cast that card from your hand for its warp cost, exile that permanent at the beginning of next end step, then you may cast it from exile on a later turn. Maybe a hot take, but I think Tenuk is actually way worse than Purphoros Bronze-Blooded. Purphoros Bronze-Blooded, 5 mana, indestructible, is not a creature if your devotion to red is less than 5. Still gives your creatures haste. 2 in a red, you may put a red creature card or an artifact creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Sack them at the next end step. I understand that with Tenuk, you can potentially cast a card later, because warp means you get to just... that is how warp works. Is 1 less mana, but they are a creature with no protection. Purphoros, you can, like, pretty safely build around, I think, because of protection. Even if they are 1 more mana. Tenuk, I feel like you cast them, they die instantly, and then you lose because you're in mono red and have no way to actually effectively pay for the commander attacks in a fast and efficient manner. Alright, chat, look. I'll put it at the top of edging, alright? We have Xu-Ifit. 1 black for a 2/3 human wizard creature. Tap. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a skeleton in addition to other types and has no abilities. Activate only the sorcery. Okay, so obviously, there's all of, like, this card is big, but it has a downside creature, right? Phyrexian Soulgorger, you lose the cumulative upkeep. That's valid. The big one is Death's Shadow. It'll be a 13/13. That's it. There's also Phyrexian Dreadnought, which costs $200, and therefore you're not gonna run it. Let's proxy it. This is so boring. Isn't half the fun of reanimation bringing back big creature powerful effects? Yeah, it is. But this asks a question: is getting back a bunch of vanilla creatures good enough? Probably not, to be honest. But hey, you can find out now. Why is chat saying Garfield? This is not Garfield tier. What are you talking about? It loses abilities, bro. I'll say peak. It's funny. It's funny, haha. I'll say peak, whatever. If you want to consider support me directly, you can consider becoming a member of a channel. For only $2 a month, you get access to our member exclusive Discord server and access to exclusive emotes such as Loot Teams.